Welcome to another Stories with Heath. Today's episode is going to be about a story that happened a few weeks ago. The company that I work for asked me to go out to California and help them with a problem that they had out there. And so, first time that I've ever been on a commercial airline, and flew out to California and was out there probably a week and flew back. And on the way back is you meet a lot of people, a lot of different people on an airplane, and usually they like to talk a little bit, hey, how are you, where you from, where you going, what do you do, kind of stuff, and you find out a little bit about them. But on this flight, we were flying from Dallas to Lexington, and on this flight, I was sitting next to a guy who was with his daughter and his wife, and he said nothing. Okay, so we flew from Dallas to Lexington, and they had to ride around a storm, and we got to take really cool pictures, like a rainbow from the sky, which was cool. But this guy, he like I wasn't even there, and I'm like, okay. So as we were landing, the guy suddenly became a chatterbox and started talking. And he asked questions and asked a lot of questions. And I answered his questions as best I could. He was absolutely fascinated by the idea that me and my family lived in an RV, and that we had all of these RV parks that we worked in, and the life that we live. And he's another one of those who encouraged me to write a book, said he would read it. I don't know that that's true, but we are making videos. We'd love for y'all to share those. That helps. But in this conversation, the guy asked me about why it is that people do that, and I told him that the interesting thing about people in RVs is everybody's running from something. Maybe they're running from the fact that they didn't take time to enjoy life when they were in their earning years, and now they're trying to make up for it in their retirement years. Maybe they're running from the fact that they can't make good money at home, and they have to go off on the road to work and find a job. Maybe they're running from society because they just don't fit in, and they've tried to live in different places, and they're just not. They just don't fit in, and so they find themselves living full time in an RV. Maybe they're running from the economic situation where they've lost their home, or they can't afford to get into a home. Maybe they're running from. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But everybody in an RV is running from something, and their desire to run and get away is something you have to take into mind as you're trying to manage an RV park. They need privacy, they need respect, they need to be treated well. A lot of them need a place to land, and for the hearts to heal. And in that sense, doing what I'm doing is very similar to pastoring. I just don't preach every Sunday. And the dude was really fascinated by that, and it's the more, and I've used that expression a lot, that everybody's running from something. But the more that I think about it, it's not just RVs. We're all running from something. Some of the same somethings that we're running from. But it's important for us to realize that we need to stop making decisions trying to get away from the consequences of our past, trying to get away from the situations that we're currently in, trying to get away from the decisions that we've made, and trying to get away from the troubles of today. And instead of focusing on those things, looking back, we do what the Bible says is place our eyes upon Christ and realize what we're running toward. In the RV industry, as I told him, our job is to try to make a place that people run to instead of something that they run away from. you know, that should be our goal as well, is to know what we're running to. Keep our eyes on the prize, to run the good race. That every day that we go out and we do our thing, we know what we're moving toward, not looking at what we're running away from. Because there's a lot of stuff behind me that I don't care to be part of anymore. I don't care to go back to where I was. My best days are not behind me, they're in eternity. And I have no desire to go back to the way it was. I'm going to where I'm going. And we should always be mindful of where it is we're going. Where you are is not where you're going to end up. You get a say in that. You know, that's a different story for a different day. I'm going to tell that one later. There's a part 2 to this, maybe tomorrow. But we need to keep our eyes on where we're going. All right, I love y'all. I'm praying for you. Hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.